Emily from Novell Novels, and welcome to today's video. This is the Anne of Green Gables tag video. Now, I've been messing around with my videos and I was going to wait until August to do this, but with the fact that I'm having my break in August, I decided I couldn't wait any longer and I wanted to do this tag. It was created by the lovely Meghan from Meghan the Story Girl. I've been following her for quite some time and I love her enthusiasm about Anne of Green Gables. She is so happy about it. Now, when she originally spoke about Anne of Green Gables, I didn't have the series. I didn't know if I wanted to get the series, but I did, and I'm so glad I did. So here we go. And the answer to the reason why I did this is going to be the answer to prompt number 1, which is accidental adoption. Matthew and Mirella meet Anne by mistake. How did you discover Anne of Green Gables? Well, I remember it growing up. I remember hearing about it. I only thought back then it was only one book. I didn't remember the other books in this series, but I remember the magic. I remember it set in Canada, which is where I've got from very distant. My dad had cousins over there, and I just believe I've got like second and third cousins over there. My mum, Charlie, and my brother went there years ago with my dad, when my dad was alive, and they spoke about it. And I always wished I could go there, but I've never got around to it. I've got various friends from Canada there that I would love to go and see one day. So you never know. One day I might get there. But how I got back into it was because I saw that Tia from Tia's books, Tia and all her books, was doing a readathon for it. And I was like, well, I've managed to collect some of the Anne of Green Gables series. And I thought, I'll just start off. I'll read the ones that I've started off with. And then I kept going, and today I finally got the delivery of the last in the series books, which is Anne of Marilla of Ingleside. I can't remember, but yeah, I got the last one in the series today, and so in August it's my last month of it, and oh my goodness, it's very rare I get a series of books that I actually want to keep the whole book, and I have to buy each one. Normally you can either get a series in box sets or whatever else, but I never got that. So I've had to find each extra book, whether I've ordered it from Amazon when lockdown was bad, the most recent one I got from ABE Books or charity shops, but it's a series I'm so glad I've got it done from start to finish, and oh my goodness, it's a series that is close to my heart. It's one that's going to be kept. Yes, I'm gutted that all my copies don't match, but it's a series I'm so glad I started. Now this tag video, I forgot to say, it's all based around the first Anne of Green Gables book, although Meghan did say that you can do it from any book in the series. So it meant that I had to go and get the original book, which I've got right with me. See, it was only 20p in my local charity shop, Bad Books, but it's beautiful, and I love it. It's a book that's so close to my heart. So I had to sort of look back at the book just to remind myself some of the scenes and some of the bits. There's so many scenes I loved in this book. Absolutely amazing. So prompt number 2, puff sleeves and shabby dresses. What is your favourite Mirella scene and your favourite Matthew scene? Got around the wrong way, but my favourite Mirella scene is when I think it's in this book, when Mirella has problems with her sight and Anne goes and helps her. If it's not in this book, then I'm sorry. There is another scene in the first book, which is where Mirella decides they are going to keep, because they got over my mistake. They were supposed to get a boy, and they got Anne. But it's when Mirella decides to keep Anne, and she decides to look after her, and that moment where she makes that decision and she tells Anne that they're keeping her, it was just melted me completely. It was a lovely scene. For me, there is so many of Matthew's scenes with Mirella with Anne that I love. I love their friendship. I love the way he's so quiet and chilled out, but he's got the biggest heart, and he's the one that first falls for Anne, first falls in love with her, first takes her into his arms. Makes me miss my dad, but yeah, I love that bond they had. And my favourite scene of that was when Anne, right at the start, she really upsets Rachel Lynde, who ends up being someone. No, spoilers here is just that they end up getting on really well. But at the start, Anne really upsets her and stands up for herself, because Anne just says what she thinks. Perhaps you've just realised I'm just going to change my answer to one prompt. And so Mirella decides that she's going to really punish Anne, and Mirella puts her in a room and tells her off. She's got to apologise. But the bit that absolutely melts me is when Matthew goes up and talks to her, and he doesn't need to shout, he doesn't need to scream. He talks to her and he says, did you really think that what you were doing was right? Do you think it's now time to apologise? And the way Matthew is, he really gets Anne and he understands her, and the way he does it so gently That scene just absolutely melted me, and I love Matthew. Next one, Red Rose. Which is your favourite location in Ellen Montgomery's glorious PES setting? Mine's Lover's Lane. I love the suit. I love the way she goes there with her best friend, Diana. I love the way they go off and they have adventures there. I love it. It reminds me so much of my childhood, that imagination, that fun, that it's just so sweet. I love it. I love it so much. Kindred spirits. Which of Anne's kindred spirits do you relate most to? I'm actually going to go with Diana. I will stick with that because it is the way that a friendship of her and Anne, that creativity, the fact that Diana's someone that's a bit understated, although no, I'm not understated, but it's the fact that she's so caring and the friendship they give and the way she has got younger brothers and sisters, but she just wants to go out and have fun with her friend and the adventures they have together. Oh, just love it. I absolutely love it. Next one, Broken Slate. What brought out the most emotions in you? What scene brought out the most emotions? Sorry to give spoilers here, so if you've not watched this bit, if not read the book and don't want spoilers, skip the next few minutes. The scene that killed me was when Matthew died. Oh my god, it broke my heart. Their friendship, to this day, it still breaks me, that scene. Because Anne loved him so much, and he loved Anne, and I didn't expect it, and it literally caused me to really cry. And yes, I'm an emotional person, but it surprised me, it made me cry. It was absolutely incredible, and it was one of the most emotional scenes in the whole book, and one that I will never forget. And oh my goodness, I just didn't expect it. Didn't expect it to get me that emotional. I should have let him known, you know what I'm like. The next one, Raspberry Cordial. What scene surprised you the most? So again, you could go back to the next prompt because that did surprise me the most. But to go on a different side of the coin, it was when when they have a picnic. Anne and Dinah have a picnic, and she accidentally makes like raspberry cordial because she thinks she's making like this fun, juicy drink. Little they realise it's alcoholic, and she gets Diana drunk, and it is so funny. The idea of these little young girls getting drunk, it is so silly and it's funny, and it just made me crack up because she had the best intentions making her this lovely drink. She didn't realise it was alcoholic, and at that age, oh my goodness, I can't imagine my daughter accidentally drinking an alcoholic drink. Obviously these days we're a bit more like we hide the drinks, we're more aware of everything, but back in those days it wasn't seen and you didn't expect it, so it just made me laugh. And when she got told off and you're just thinking, but she didn't mean it. I found myself sticking up for Anne so much in this book because it was like, she didn't mean it. She had the best intentions, but she was just a bit dappy. And the way she apologises, it made me crack up. But yeah, it was the way it turned out to be alcoholic, it killed me. It made me laugh. The next one is green hair. Green hair, what did not turn out the way you wanted? And I think for me it was that when Anne was naughty and she stole that brooch from Marilla, and she was denying it the whole way through, and I really thought she didn't steal it. And when it turned out she did, I was a bit like, I felt disappointed in Anne. I was a bit like, you shouldn't have done that. And you shouldn't have lied, because to me, lying's worse than making a mistake. If you make a mistake, you own up for it. You don't cover it up. And that was a bit that my morals sort of got a bit upset. It wasn't so much the steal that she'd stolen it, it was the fact that she said all along, I didn't do it, and it turned out she did. I was like, naughty you. That's the mum in me, by the way. Carrots, what is your favourite Anne and Gilbert moment? And I'm going to sound like a cruel cow here, but my favourite actually moment was at the start when Gilbert is teasing Anne about her red hair. And he's teasing her, and he's being proper cheeky. Because obviously, you know, kids at that age, they do. Boys tease the girls. I know my son would probably tease... Actually, no, he wouldn't because he's soft touch. But I know boys tease girls. We grow up with it, for crying out loud. But Anne really stuck up for herself, and the way she just went for it, she was like, you did wrong here, and then she got told off rather than him. And then she was like, I'm never going to be friends with him again, I'm never going to talk to him, and she was very dramatic and very, like, I could see myself doing something like that. But yeah, that drama. And it made me laugh, because it was just like, you just can imagine that sort of thing. It does still happen, it's so quite common that boys teasing the girls. Okay, next one is walking the ridgepole. Ellen Montgomery balances lots of different storylines. What is your favourite? And actually, my favourite is one that I've not mentioned yet. And that was the bit where Diana's little sister, Minnie May, I think it's called, she gets croup. And Anne had previously, when in other foster homes, looked after little ones. She had looked after 2 sets of twins and various other children. And it was the way she went over to Diana's. Diana's mum didn't approve of Anne at the start. And she goes over to Anne's and she really looks after Minnie May and she gets her better. And she really turns everyone's opinion around. Because everyone had made up this opinion that Anne's just flighty, Anne's just this and that. And they judged her and they didn't see that caring side of her. And it was lovely to see that caring side come out. And it's really heartwarming and absolutely lovely. And I really, really enjoyed that bit because obviously it's hard, any child being poorly, you know, as a mum, as anyone, like, I remember my little brother my little sister, I think Vicky, getting croup when she was a baby. I think it was Vicky or Gary, one of my youngest siblings getting croup. And my heart broke. No, it was my brother, sorry, he got croup. And I remember when they were stood, and it was all kicking off, and he was very poorly, and I remember being so scared. It was my next door neighbour, Anne, at the time, who helped my mum look after him, and they got the doctors, and I thought the doctors were hurting my little brother because he was crying. And yeah, sorry Mum if I'm remembering which sibling, but pretty sure. And I remember feeling very protective. And looking back on that and knowing that croup is not a very nice illness, it's one you dread your children getting. And Anne knew what to do, and Anne was like the younger one, no one expected her to know what to do, but she did, and she took charge. She was empowered, very caring, and I love that scene. Okay, next one. Lily May. Just as Anne and her friends play characters in different stories, who would you play in Anne of Green Gables? Well, I'm going to answer 2 answers to this, because, hey, you know me, I never do one. As a child, if I was younger, I would probably go for Anne, because I was very opinionated, still am. Very much said what I thought, dropped my foot in it, still do all that. So if I was going on that side of me, I would say Anne, because as a child. But obviously now I'm the older mum, looking age, I'm 41 years old. So now, as a mum, I would love to play Morella, because I love the motherly side. I love the fact that I wish I was as strict as her. I wish I had that, but I love that strength of Morella. I love the way she takes care of Anne. She takes her into her home, and that older side. So, a bit of both. Which person? Okay, in the comments below, let me know, who do you think I would be best at playing, Anne or Morella? There you go. Let me know what you think below. Okay, and the next one is tag some kindred spirits. Well, Meghan tagged most of the people that I would have tagged. So obviously, if I don't, there's only 2 people that I can definitely say I know are reading this series and have read the Anne of Green Gables books. So I definitely want to tag Linda and Berna from Linda's World of Adventures, and Berna from Berna's Vicky's Adventures. I want to tag you 2. I know I probably said your channel name wrong, because me and my deafness I probably did. But I'm definitely tagging Linda and Berna. But even if I haven't tagged you, if you've not been tagged yet and want to do this, please do it. It's such a fun one. When I said to Meghan, I want to do this, she was like, consider yourself tagged. I would love to see you do it. So Meghan, thank you. I loved this tag video, and it was a perfect one to do. So thank you very much. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.